Hi guys, it's Samantha, very nice vegan, welcome. A few people have said, what do you keep, what do you stock in your fridge? Well, it's really not that exciting, but I will show you. I must say though, I do not have a show fridge, okay? This is my fridge, this is how we live, so please, don't judge or anything, but this is what we have in our fridge, I'm going to show you. So this is a fridge freezer that we have in our kitchen, you've probably seen it on our videos. I'll start off in the deli drawer actually, so you can see. So, in the deli drawer we have got peanut butter. We use a Pip and Nuts. It has absolutely no palm oil, which is an absolute must. You must not buy things with palm oil in, I'm afraid. Please don't do that. So this is a fantastic one. There's an almond butter. We've also got peanut butter at the back there. I use all their different types of ones. Vegan spreadable. If you've not had the naturally one in the UK here, you can buy that in Sainsbury's. It is the best one. It's the only one, in fact, that I have found without palm oil. Now, if you know of something that has just as good a taste, but it doesn't have palm oil, then please let me know. But from my knowledge, this is the only one, and it's only available in Sainsbury's, or at least that's the only place I have seen it. You might find it in some of the health food stores, but certainly in the larger supermarkets, Sainsbury's is the place to go. We stock up on it, as you can see. When they've got it, I'll just grab as much as I can. We have various mustards and marmalades and jams and bits and bobs here as well. My son is mad on gherkins, so we use gherkins. The cheese and things that we use in our family, I use quite a lot of Violife, as you can see. I tend to find they're one of the better brands. Now there are loads of vegan cheeses out there. There's a Shees one, it's about like cheese but with an S, Shees, that melts. There's mozzarella type ones, there's cream cheeses, there's all sorts. Go and have a look. Health food shops are a good place to find something you can't find in your supermarket, so go and have a look there. But for us, this is the one we can find locally, and this is the one that I use at the moment. I do make cheese as well. I do make vegan cheese, and we've got more recipes with that coming up, so you can have a go if you'd like. It's cheaper, you obviously know exactly what's gone into it. There's no carbon footprint because you're making it basically yourself, depending on where you buy products, but overall there's no packaging or anything like that, so it's a much better thing to do. So the ones we've got here, these are my 6-year-old's favourite to have in his sandwiches and things. So he has a sliced cheese, so it looks a bit like the traditional cheese that you would get, but obviously that's dairy, so we don't use those. But these cheese slices, these are quite good. They're about £2.60 for a pack of there. There's about 10 sheets, 10 sheets of cheese in there, so that's quite a good one to have for sandwiches and things if you're doing that with kiddies. The other ones that we use, the Violife block. So this is kind of like a cheddar, and you can grate it. You can see there's some in there actually. It's quite nice on pizza. It doesn't melt completely, but if you want cheese on your pizza, then that's a good way to go. Incidentally, we don't use cheese on our pizza. We use hummus. Now, if you have never tried hummus on pizza, oh my God, give it a go. Put a couple of dollops around your pizza of hummus. It's the best thing ever, and you can make it yourself in under 2 minutes in your Ninja or your blender or whatever. Can of chickpeas, tahini, lemon juice, just chuck it all in there. You'd be amazed, and it tastes so much better than the store-bought one. And again, no packaging, it's all much better for you. So if you can do it that way, we'll do a video on it if you like, and then you can see how to make that as well. The other thing that I've just got into, which has only just become available here, is the Greek white block from the Violife. And it's very much like almost like a feta cheese, I suppose, like a traditional goat's cheese, but without all the harm. So it's a really good one to try if you haven't already. I can't see through the packet unfortunately, but it just is a white block like that. It doesn't crumble in the same way as a goat's cheese does, but it does taste amazing. So that's another good one to go for. And then the cream type cheese we also have here at the moment, also Violife. I don't work for them or anything, but just so you know, that's the one that we use. They're 100% vegan. It's just a really creamy one, great to go on bagels as you would traditionally use it, or in sandwiches, again on pizza actually it's quite nice. So those are the ones that we use anyway. And then going up to our fridge on here, and again, not a show fridge, okay, it's just a normal person's fridge. But I've got things like cashew butter. I use that to make cheese sauces and things too. We've got some passion fruit here that we use in our nice cream. The ice cream that we make in the blender, again, takes less than 2 minutes. Make your own ice cream using frozen bananas. You don't even have to use nuts if you have a nut allergy. And again, we'll do a video on that one too. And the different types of milk that we use. I quite like this one, the Rude Health one, the almond. We do also have the Alpro one in stock. I'll show you that on the shelf in a moment. There's the coconut milk that my sort of middle son really enjoys, and oat milk, which we use in the majority of things, to be honest. We're more kind of oat milk people. And then we've just got a variety of different bits and bobs, as you can see. You know, not huge amounts. I don't like to spend £100, go and fill up my fridge and chuck half of it away. I try to buy it every other day. It's one of those things you always hear people say, go out and buy fresh produce, and you think, realistically, I don't have the time. I have been making the time, and I have thrown out far less food, and one of my huge bugbears is throwing out food. There are people starving everywhere. You should not be throwing food in your bin, not only because of the landfill issues as well, you know, the recycling, goodness knows what. Do not throw out food. You can always chuck it in a juicer, put it in a blender and a smoothie. You can freeze it. Just keep your eye on it. Check your fridge. You know, every couple of days, just check your fridge. If there's anything that looks like it's not going to last and you're not going to use it soon, either freeze it or juice it or blend it or do something with it, but don't throw it out, please. It is criminal these days to throw out food. Now, I have got, what have we got? Oh, I've got my leftover green smoothie from this morning. I love having green smoothies. If you've seen on video, you know how to make those. If not, check it out on YouTube. We've got some watermelon. Oh, at the back, look, my sweet date dip. One of my favourite things ever. You can use it as a salad dressing. You can literally dip things in it if you're eating them like celery sticks or I don't know, whatever. You can pour it over nachos. You can just do practically anything with it, and it is really sweet, but because it's made from dates and not sugar, it's so much better for you. And I'll do a video again on that. We've got my son, who's 15. He loves to cook. He made some of these. This is only unfortunately what's left. But cinnamon rolls, vegan cinnamon rolls. They're not gluten free, unfortunately, but they are all vegan. So if you like cinnamon buns and you haven't been able to buy them, we'll show you how to make them. I've got some fresh strawberries to go in my son's smoothie in the morning. I do also use frozen, but it depends which I can get at the time. I think this was my son's leftover lunch, so we put that in the fridge for him to have later. So watermelon, raisins, banana, all really good stuff. This is a block of Satan that I made, so we kind of slice that a bit like ham, again to go in sandwiches. I also chop it up into chunks and put it in the kiddies' lunch boxes with their salad, so they have a bit more of a, you know, it's different texture rather than just salad all the time. So you can put that in. It's quite nice with the sweet date dip actually, so I would recommend using that. I've got a couple of wraps here that I made using our dehydrators. This particular one is spinach wrap, but as you can see, they're nice and flexible. So unlike having gluten and other nastiness, this is spinach. I think I put courgette, sun-dried tomatoes, pumpkin seeds, which you can see actually on there. I have to admit, not the best colour, but they taste really nice. And we do a red pepper one as well, which is far more appealing on the eye. And again, we've got videos on that too. Dehydrators are fab, by the way. If you haven't had a chance to use one, try and use one. They're really good. What else have I got? I have got leftover lemons that I've used in bits and bobs, and ginger, because I use the ginger in my green smoothies in the morning. So I always have a load of that in the fridge. The lemons, even if you squeeze out the lemon juice and you've used it on something like a salad dressing or I don't know, some other type of food, don't throw it out, because you can put it in the juicer, okay, and you'll get everything 100% out of that lemon. Either that, or you can chuck it direct in the blender with smoothies you're making, you know, skin and everything. If you've got a high speed blender, they're really good to use for that. So don't throw it out, use absolutely everything that you can. What else do we have? So in our type salad crisper things, these are amazing. If you haven't tried these, see if you can get them in your supermarket. They're called a pink blush, yeah, pink blush radish. They're the most amazing, look, with the circle round and everything. So when you slice those and put them in the salad, it's really pretty, and they kind of look like this. A bit odd really, but they look like that, and they're slightly different colours depending on what they look like, obviously. We've got cucumbers, what else? I don't know, celery, all sorts of them there, tomatoes. Obviously it's mainly salad and veg because we're vegan. My son's done up some carrot sticks for tomorrow, and he's made himself some mayo that we do in the blender to go with it. I've got shiitake mushrooms. I'm going to make a mushroom ramen a little bit later. There were some noodles for tea. So what else? Sauces. If you use sauces, that's another thing. If you haven't thought of, if you're a recent convert to vegan foods, you need to also check out sauces and things. Okay, now this particular brand of HP, the brown sauce, you might want that with your breakfast or with anything really. that one is vegan. There are lots that aren't, so double check the labels. And if you're not sure, look it up on one of the vegan food sites, because a lot of them have information about which ones are vegan and which aren't, which are good, which to avoid. And the other thing, of course, is even if they're vegan, some of these are owned by companies that are still doing things like testing on animals, so you have to think about these things. I'm afraid, I know it's a pain, because you find something you like, or someone brings out a new vegan product and you'll, yay, let's go buy 100 of those, because you want the shop to keep stocking them, and you want to make sure that you're buying things in order for them to restock it. I'm mad like that. As soon as something new comes out, I buy like 10, 20 of them just so the shop know that us vegans are out there, and we want to buy stuff. But yeah, with things, just be careful. There's a couple of vegan ice creams that are out that have just recently been taken over by a company that do experiment on animals, so I'm not buying them anymore, I'm afraid. That's me, that might not be you. It's great to still have the vegan product, and I suppose you can argue if we don't buy it, they won't keep making it, but your morals have to be grounded somewhere, and for me, that's where I stop, I'm afraid. So for us, that doesn't work. For you, it might be different. So that's the fridge and the freezer. Have a look quick on our shelf here. This is where we keep all our milks. We've got quite a few, as you can see. Coconut's probably the favourite with my son, as I said, so we've got quite a lot of those in stock. And don't underestimate using things like smoothies and bits like that to really get your kiddies to eat healthy. Transitioning into a vegan diet can take a little while. Once you're there, you need to sustain it by making sure that you keep things looking vibrant. The smoothies all the way down to meals, everything looks stunning, and if it doesn't, you're doing something wrong, because everything we use has amazing colour. Don't boil things to death. If you can, eat some raw things as well. Have raw food in your diet. A lot of people are 100% raw. I'm about sort of 80-90% raw at the moment, but heading down to 100%, because I do, for me, for my body, it seems to be working, but not necessarily for you. So one step at a time. It's taken us a few years to get to this stage. We've been vegan for around 3 years. We were vegetarian before that. We soon came to realise being vegetarian wasn't enough, for all sorts of reasons, and I'm sure you're aware of all the dairy industry horrors that are out there. And if you're not, and you look it up, be prepared, because there's some things there that you're not going to want to see. But it might change your mind if you're still not 100% vegan. Okay, so it's well worth a look. Just be prepared. All right, I shall see you soon of some more videos. If there's other things you want to see what we do, what we use, some recipes on a certain thing, give me your favourite dish. I shall veganise it for you. Just let us know in the comments box, okay? And don't forget to subscribe as well. All right, take care. Bye-bye.